Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone's doing well. This video is kind of just going to be a general update, and I want to cover some things in regards to the channel and some new things that I'm going to be doing even outside of the channel. But the first thing is we have hit over 6,000 subs actually a little while ago. We're at like 6,300 now, which is ridiculous. I mean, it seems like only like a month ago I did my 5,000 sub. Thank you. It's the channel's growing really well, probably some in part due to the Factorio series, which has been fantastic. You guys seem to really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it. It's great working with these guys and stuff. So I'm really happy with how the channel's going right now. So I wanted to throw that out there. I mean, this isn't like really an official thank you video. I'm not going to do one for every 1,000 because, excuse me, at this rate, it's, I mean, those would be coming out pretty often. So then the next thing, the main thing, well, not the main thing, but the very first thing I want to address here is in regards to comments. And don't worry, I'm not saying anything bad about you guys commenting. It's actually more of me having some explaining to do and, kind of going through why I may not respond to some comments. So what's happened is I've noticed that like some comments, like I'll go through a video, right? I'll go to a video, I'll be like, you know, I'll look at the comments, I'll respond to them and stuff, and then I'll notice that there's like comments on the video that someone made like 3 days ago that I never responded to and never even saw. And what's happening is YouTube has like changed. This is a while ago, really. I would say a month or so ago or two. They changed the way. I think they changed because I don't recall changing a setting of any kind. They changed like the layout and the format in which I get my notifications, and it makes it really difficult for me to actually see all the new comments. And then on top of that, some comments just don't even show up in there at all. And then like some just get like eaten by the YouTube black hole, essentially. So to kind of just explain a little bit, to preface this a little bit, is part of what I'm trying to do with the channel and what I'd like to happen and what is happening very well is to create, a really cool, nice community of all of us. I mean, that's what's on my banner, and that it's on there because that's what I believe and that's what I'm trying to achieve. And part of that is for me to be as interactive with you guys as possible because I feel that's very important. And within that, I try to make a very concerted effort to respond to every comment I possibly can, either in an actual response or a lot of times I'll give the comment like a thumbs up, because you should get notified of that, I think, and hopefully you do. That's kind of just to let you know, I did read through it. When I give a thumbs up, I have actually read through the entire comment, but I just like couldn't think of something to actually say in response at the time, so I just thumbs it up to let you know that I did read it. And then a lot of them I do actually respond to. So that's why I feel like I need to explain. If I miss your comment, 99% of the time, it has nothing to do with the fact that like I didn't like it or I didn't want to respond. Once in a while, there's a few that I just don't want to respond to, but usually if they're that bad, I just delete them. Like if they're just really obnoxious, like just just like someone being an asshole, pretty much. But usually, if I don't respond to your comment with a thumbs up or an actual reply, pretty much 99% of the time, what the thing is that I didn't see it. And to kind of explain, so YouTube, what it used to be, which I liked, which was working great, at least for me, is that in my notification thing, like up at the top right or whatever, they would show, it would say like I had like 5 notifications, and I would click on it, and what it would do is it would group them together. So it would be like, essentially when it said 5, it said that like there's like comments on 5 different videos. But what I liked is it would group them together, so it'd be like, like it would show the comments on like the workshop video that had comments, and then if like one of the whatever SpaceX videos had comments, it would just show like the SpaceX video and then the comments. And when I clicked on it through my notifications thing, it would like register that I clicked on it, and it would like make it disappear out of my new comments or my new notification things and put it into previously read, which is good. That's what I want, right? Because I can go back and be like, okay, well, I've looked through all these. It's gone. It's off the new notification list. But when they changed it, now what it does is it's just a list. It's just like, it doesn't group them. It shows sometimes, like, usually what video it's on, but it's just like a list, just like one after the other of stuff. And on top of that, maybe there's a setting I can change. If somebody knows, that would be fantastic. But as far as I can tell, I can't move in, like, I can't make them go to a previously read or already read thing. So, like, my new notifications will be like, okay, I have 25 new notifications. I click on it, and it isn't chronological order, but it doesn't actually tell me which ones are new. Like, obviously, the first ones that come up are new, but it's just a whole list from, like, the last week, right? So it's like I have to scroll through this entire list, and I know, again, the ones at the top are newer, but it's like, I have to try to remember, like, what the last one I read was, like, the other day, and then base it off that for what ones are actually new before it, like, overlaps into the older ones. And then sometimes there's some that just don't even show up. Like, I'll click on a video to respond to comments that do show up, and then I'll notice, like, one or two comments on the video that was never even in my notification feed. It's really frustrating. So I just want to explain that to you. That's the reason I may not be responding to some comments, because I just don't see them or overlook them because of the silly notification system. So I do want to throw that out there. Next thing is a new series I'm going to be starting. It's not a playthrough. It's going to be very, very similar or pretty much identical to a Negative Roots Fix-It series. And I know some people are going to be right off the bat thinking, like, well, they're getting upset maybe that I am stealing the idea or whatever. I mean, I guess, but I mean, it's a good idea. In fact, I would say it's a compliment to him that, I want to do it. And I've actually had multiple people request in the past that I do pretty much a Fix-It series for a whole base and stuff. And he stopped his a long time ago. And at this point, the stuff he went over is pretty out of date anyway on those bases. So I hope you guys aren't, like, mad that I'm, like, stealing the idea, but it's a really good idea and people requested it. So I'm going to start something like that soon. I will do an actual, like, introduction video for that where I actually explain it better and have you send in requests. But we'll get to that. So it's a heads up on that. Next thing is, I think starting Saturday, maybe tomorrow if I feel like it, I'm going to be doing a couple special streams in regards to, we're going to be doing some build testing and kind of workshops, if you will, on 0.15 science pack builds. Because I was thinking today, I have the recipes, like, official, like, from our seeding, a Factorio developer. He gave that out on Will's stream during one of the SpaceX episodes. I have the recipes from, like, the actual recipes for the science packs. And one of the Friday Facts, I looked back, they show the time, like the crafting time of the science packs. And then I also remember in the Friday Facts that they discussed that they were, like, reducing the crafting speed or crafting time of pump jacks, furnaces, and engines. And they said that they were just, like, cutting in half to, like, 10 seconds. So I pretty much know all the stuff, right? So I figured, why don't we just, we can do some experimental builds. So I'm just letting you know because I think it's going to be a really interesting stream. I think there's going to be a lot of great ideas and discussion. So if you want to stop by, definitely Saturday. I stream at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or GMT -7 on Saturday. And it's going to be a lot of fun messing around with builds for that in preparation. And then the last thing, I know this has been kind of long, but whatever. I'm talking. I think I'm going to start in some of my free time, because I've had a lot of ideas going around in my head lately, and I kind of want to do something to occupy myself until 0.15. I think I'm going to start writing some Steam guides. There's a lot of guides out on Steam for the game, which, that's fine. I know Catherine of Sky has done some extremely popular ones. Hers are just, like, right near the top there, and they're definitely good, and it got me thinking. I was reading through some of them, and it got me thinking about some stuff I could cover that I haven't really necessarily seen other people cover, or not cover it in the way I want to. Um, and as some of you may or may not know, I wrote the official Factorio guide, like the one that's on their website, and linked through Steam, and it's great. And I had a lot of knowledge when I wrote that, but I've gained even more knowledge since writing that, because I wrote that over a year ago, I think, at this point. And instead of trying to like do another adaptation of it that I try to have them take over or whatever, I think I'm just gonna do some Steam guides on like one thing I thought is just an entire Steam guide on like smelting. I mean, there's so much to cover: ratios, setups, beacons, when to use different levels of furnaces, miner to furnace ratio, so on and so forth. So I'm thinking of doing that, and I may do like an announcement video once it's done. It's gonna take a while because it takes a while to write that type of stuff. But anyway, I just want to throw that out there too. I'd love to hear any ideas you have. Like if you guys like look through Steam guides and you notice that you've noticed that there's like something that isn't really covered. I'd love to hear any ideas you have for maybe guides that could be written, as long as it's not to do with the circuit network or trains, because I'm just not qualified to do that at this point. Anything else, I'm definitely looking for ideas. I think that'll do it for this. Just wanted to give an update, explain the comments thing, give you some heads up on some stuff that's happening with the channel and outside the channel. But yeah, there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear any feedback you have in the comments, whether it has to do with the Steam guides or the Fix It series or the channel in general. Anything, I'd love to hear it. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care, guys.